Hey, what's going on, guys? Ryan Weber with RyanWeberTraining, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to get motivated. Now, I'm not talking about motivation like, oh, you feel good for a second. I'm talking about motivation, how you can actually make a huge impact in your life, somebody else's, and make this shift stick. We'll see you in a second. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Ryan Weber with RyanWeberTraining, and in today's video we are talking motivation. Yeah, motivation, baby. Now, here's the problem with most motivational videos. Okay, check it out. You've got some epic music. You've got your favorite YouTube video playing. You've got this little feeling that's welling up in the pit of your stomach, and you're trying to just rah, 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 yeah, explode it out and make a huge, huge impact. Okay, well, that's what most people do when they try to go through motivation. And if I'm completely wrong, hey, you know what? Just take that as satire and enjoy the video. You're going to get some fun, some kicks and joy out of this one, I promise. But that is kind of what I feel like motivation is for a lot of people. You know, they try to do something to get motivated, and the motivation only lasts for a second. My other favorite one is like, I want you to repeat, I am a badass 100 times. That's an affirmation. Yeah, put on that YouTube video. Epic music. Rah! I don't know, maybe it works for some of you, and maybe it doesn't. Now, if you put up with my antics this far, I'm imagining you probably want to hear what I have to say about how to motivate yourself for real. Here's what we're going to do. Number one, I'm going to give you 5 steps, maybe even a bonus at the end. 5 steps. Here we go. Number 1, I want you guys to make a decision. Ryan, what the heck does making a decision have to do with motivation? Audience, everything. Everything. You have to make a decision to actually figure out what you're going to motivate yourself about. Look, motivation for most people is like, oh my God, did he just smack his face? Yes, I did. Now look, the sting of that is already gone. That's what happens for most people with motivation. Comes really quick, now it's gone. In order to make a lasting impact and have motivation for your life, you have to make a decision about what you're motivating for. So we talk a lot about health and fitness. We can talk about motivating to lose weight. We can talk about motivating to make more income. We can talk about motivating to become the person you need to be to attract the soulmate into your life that you really want to spend your time with. You see, motivating, making a decision to get motivated, it's a lot more about attraction than what most people think. Okay. Jim Rohn said it best: success is something you attract by the person you become. I love that quote. Success doesn't just happen, you attract it into your life. You change your paradigm, you change the way you think, the way you function, the way you attract things. And when you change, you become magnetic. Okay? This is going to lead me into my next point, number 2, which is acknowledging your self-talk. And then change it. Ryan, what does self-talk have to do with anything? Everything. If you're watching a video like this and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get motivated, most likely your self-talk is probably going to be more on the negative side. Let's face it, you guys, we have conversations all the day, all throughout the day, even when other people aren't around us. Why? Because the person we converse with the most is ourselves. Think about that for a second. It happens on a deep subconscious level. You don't really realize what's going on. You just know you're having these conversations, and a lot of these conversations revolve around the moment. Am I worth it? Am I worthy? Do I have what it takes? Can I do it? Why doesn't this ever work out for me? Geez, why me? What's going on? Why can't this just be positive? Why can't I just have $1 million? Why can't I just meet the person of my dream? Why can't I just lose weight? Why can't I just build muscle? Why can't I just be happy? Why am I always depressed? Why am I so sad? Why? Most of these questions are having negative thoughts attached to them, and then what happens, we go even deeper and we start to give reasoning to support, right? Here's the cool thing. When you ask a why question, right away your mind, you're trained to start coming up with the answer. So one of the things I like to tell people is ask why questions, but don't worry about getting the answer right away, because your mind's automatically going to go there and start thinking. So don't just ask why questions, ask positive why questions. Ask why questions that are pointed in a direction that is motivating. And how do you do that? Well, go back to number one, you make a decision. If you can make a decision about something you want, and then you can ask motivated questions as to why you can have that, now the conversation is going to start to change. Rather than looking for negative things to talk about, we can start searching for positive things to talk about. We can start looking for, if we practice this, positive reasons and positive explanations and positive affirmations as to why we can have what it is we really want. And I dropped my paper again, so give me 1 second. All right, sorry, I need this for my notes. Just some bullet points. All right, guys, point number 3. You want to take the first step to act. So I'm telling you these two things, right? Make a decision and acknowledge your self-talk. Now we got to act on it. Because what most people do is they'll watch a video like this, they'll read a book and go, wow, that was a great video, wow, that was a great book. They don't write anything down. They say they take mental notes. But let me tell you something. I try to hold a whole bunch of stuff up here, and this is way too crowded up here. Unless I write something down, I have a really hard time focusing on it. So you need to take action on something. You need to write stuff down. Take action on something and don't just wait and think, you know what, you're going to remember things later. Because in the idea, when you first realize something or discover something, an idea is very fleeting. It sounds great in the moment. You think you're going to remember it because you start to get emotionally involved. And then life is so busy, all of a sudden, poof, that idea is gone. Then maybe a day or two later, you'll think, man, what was that idea that I had? I told myself I was going to remember it. Darn it, another one's lost. If you're aware of these things and you tune in, you will realize that you are being fed positive ideas and positive results all the time. It's just that your receptors in life really aren't tuned into it. You don't really recognize it. I got itch in my nose, that's why I'm making a funny face. Think about what's going on in the media right now. Okay, I do not trust anything in the media, good, bad, and different. I think you need to, if you watch, just draw your own conclusions, do your own research, and realize that you're going to find statistics and results on both sides, okay? So you're going to have to trust your gut on this one. But by taking an action, not just sitting on the information, by doing the things that I'm telling you to do in these videos, you're going to start to set in motion a positive sequence of events. Now, it's going to take some work on your part, okay, guys? Motivation just doesn't come out of thin air. Motivation is work, okay? It's making a decision. It's acknowledging your self-talk. It's intention. It's driving to action. And you have to be able to keep it sustainable, which means you got to keep on doing the work. It's like working out. You don't go into a gym and get Arnold Schwarzenegger biceps in a week. You got to keep on going back and back and back and back. But you know what? That's the cool thing. Because when you see somebody who has accomplished a goal, you know something about that person. Someone who's motivated, has a strong work ethic. They're consistent. They consistently show up. They are trustworthy. They are valuable. They give value. Those are the types of people you want to surround yourself with. Okay? Point number 4. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from the negative media. You have the option to choose who you spend your time with. Now, the 5 people you surround yourself with the most, it's called the mastermind principle. The 5 people you surround yourself with the most are most likely who you are going to become. So if you're looking at the results in your life right now and you're thinking to myself, wow, this sucks, I don't like this. Look at the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. Who are they? What do they do? What are their decisions in life? Where have they gone? What's their self-talk like? Now, self-talk is something that's going to be very private, but believe me, you can see the reaction, you can see the action, the consequences, or the positive results of people's self-talk just in how they're living their life. What results have they produced? What results have they not produced? What results have you produced? What results have you not produced? So it's really important to surround yourself with positive people, positive ideas, positive images, and keep the negativity just out and away. The negative crap, we are surrounded with it. We are bombarded with it. Our minds are actually geared to go more towards the negative. This is a survival instinct. This comes from, this is like evolutionary psychology at its finest, okay? We are wired to recognize fear and to recognize things that are unsafe and things that are bad. And we were wired this way years ago, because we had to survive. It wasn't as easy as it is now. We didn't have some of the luxuries like these homes and safe communities and air conditioning and fast food. Not that fast food's good for you, but just, access to food you can put in the fridge in general. You had to be a hunter-gatherer. You had to go out there with your bare hands and catch your food if it didn't kill you first. Okay, that's where some of these old ways of operating come from today. They're so instinctual, they're so deep, and we really have to work to acknowledge these and to reprogram ourselves, to shift our paradigm so we're not acting out this old version of ourselves that doesn't serve us into the new age of where we're going. Okay? So I want you to think about that. Number 5, I want you guys to write down your goal. And the reason is you need to remind yourself of this daily. You want to write it down in a place where you can see it. Okay, here we go. We got a goal right now. A goal is in my head. By taking a pen and paper and I write it down, okay, now I've got something written on a card here. That's my goal. Now it's not in my head anymore. It's something I can actually see. I can touch it. I can feel it. Okay, it's real. I can hold on to it now. It's tangible. For a lot of people, they need something that's tangible. We're talking about faith right now. Faith is just it's the blind hope. It's the knowing. It's the being convicted that something's going to happen, even though you can't see it, even though it already hasn't happened yet. So faith for a lot of people, although we know what it is, it's a very deep concept, and a lot of people struggle to actually keep up and have faith. Pray. All right, I'm a praying man. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. Be a God-fearing individual, and I promise you that divine guidance will lead you along the right path and keep you away from the wrong path. But you still get to choose. You still get to choose. You have the option. There's so many different things you can do to support yourself in this. But the best one right now is if you write down a goal. It's like a GPS. If you were to get in your car and say, GPS, go, great. You're going to start going. You're going to be going all over the place because there's no end goal. There's no determined sight in mind. So by writing down your goal and marking it so you can see it, then you get in your car and say, GPS, go here. Boom, you're going to get there. Some goals take longer. Some destinations take longer than others to get to, but you'll get there. Okay? And the reason is because you're focused on it. You know where you're going. You have an endpoint. You have a destination. So you can keep on driving there, both mentally and physically, until you reach that destination. And then you know what? The motivation is actually a lot more found. It's found much more in the journey. Because once you actually reach your goal, a lot of top performers, successful people will say the motivation then is gone. So what do? They set another goal. That's why we're constantly thriving. We're constantly thriving and growing to get better and better. You don't just set one goal in life and then that's it. You set multiple goals and you keep on going, keep on growing. But, you got to at least set one and act it out faithfully so you can accomplish that goal, so you can accomplish more goals. Now look, here's the trap that people fall into. They think if they try some of these things out, they try to get motivated, if they try to set a goal and it doesn't work, then therefore the process itself is a failed process and it doesn't work. They don't work. You don't work. And I'm here to tell you that that's false. You're going to face adversity in life. You're going to face obstacles. You're going to crash through obstacles. You're going to crash through walls. How you handle these adversities and obstacles is going to be entirely up to you. But think about it like this. Rather than them being put there as a roadblock, they're being put there for you to grow and to learn from and to develop, to actually become more than what you are right now. You're reaching higher. You're reaching out in faith. You're extending yourself. You're putting yourself out there. You're taking a calculated risk to grow and to get better. And when you do this, you're going to be so rewarded. You may have people who will have a different opinion of you, good, bad, and indifferent. I don't know. It does happen. People like to keep people like themselves. So if they're miserable, they want you to be miserable. They're going to tell you that you can't do it, that you're not enough, that, you tried that before and it doesn't work, that's not realistic. They're going to tell you all these different things, all this different crap. You guys, I know you're hearing this. This is definitely a word for somebody. And the only reason I can share these things with you is because I deal with this crap myself all the time. I'm constantly setting new goals and I'm constantly working through my own BS. And I'm sharing that with you guys. I'm being vulnerable here. We all have things that we are working through. But how do I get through them? It's those 5 steps that I just told you guys. So go ahead, let's recap. What did we talk about in this video? Number 1, make a decision. Number 2, acknowledge your self-talk and change it. Number 3, take the first step. You got to do something towards that goal. Have some faith. Number 4, stay away from negative people, negative media, negative influences. Get around more positive people. And number 5, write down your goal to remind yourself daily. Keep it in front of you so it's like your GPS. You are guided. You are always working towards a predetermined destination of where you're going, what you want to do, and how you're going to get there. Okay? So this is not rocket science, guys, but at the same point, I understand and I acknowledge you that yes, it can be challenging. So how do we get through this? Repetition. Okay, bonus tip. Repetition will change your paradigm. Paradigm is going to be your operating system. It's going to be the version of you that controls how you react subconsciously to so many different things. So the only way to change your paradigm is to keep on reprogramming, to keep on telling yourself something different, to focus on that result. And through time, your conscious mind will allow it to sink down into your subconscious mind. And when it reaches your subconscious mind, that's when the paradigm can change. That's when things have shifted. And that's when you can get to your goal. When you reach your goal, you set another goal. This is a continual process. Once you have this blueprint down for creating goals and how to get motivated for real, like not BS motivation, but real motivation, you will be freaking unstoppable. Okay, awesome. You guys, thank you so much for watching these videos. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. I should have said that earlier because now I'm at the end of the video, but I really hope you guys got this far because I know this information will serve you. Questions or comments, please leave them down below. I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to subscribe. I want you to share this out. I want to have some more interaction. I appreciate you guys watching. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm going to keep on doing these videos. I'm going to keep on giving you guys value that you can take right now and to start implement into your life right now, without having to invest in any type of crazy course. Now, if you haven't already, go to RyanWeberTraining.com. I do have courses, I do have coaching up there, but those are for people who really want to take it to the next level. If you're not there yet, I understand, no judgment. Keep watching these videos, we're gonna get you there. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Peace out, guys.